Hey guys, how are we doing? It's Martin Cliffe here and welcome back. It is Thursday the 2nd of October, so happy Chung Yeung festival to anyone in Hong Kong and to the rest of you. It's the 2nd of October. Woohoo! I say welcome back because, as many of you will know, I spent September social media free. So my September update was posted on the 31st of August. I've had essentially no social media interaction since then for 30 days. I came back on yesterday, updated Facebook profile picture and all that kind of thing. But this is my first video since my enforced absence. So what news? I've been really busy with work. So obviously that's going well, although a little bit less work would be nice. Fortunately, this month we had public holidays yesterday and today. We've got half term coming up towards the end of the month, so things will be a little bit easier. And I built up so much overtime last month that I've managed to take a couple of afternoons off later this month as well, so that's all good. So hopefully have a bit of time to shoot some video and stuff. No other particularly exciting news at the moment. If anything does come up, I will post a video and let you know. I thought I'd do this video for this October update, I guess, is just a little bit of tuition in the sense of how I created the groove and everything else, the piece of music at the beginning. I've finally got, I had to order it from England, but I finally got a long firewire cable here, so I can actually use my mixing desk, which is just off shot, but it's a Presonus Studio Live 1602, which means that I can actually use multiple channels and do decent quality recording and all that kind of thing, which I haven't been able to do since moving into this studio in August. So that's good. Really enjoying being able to do that again. So basically it all stemmed out, I kind of come up with a drum groove, a bass groove rather, which is why I'm starting on the bass, which is just this kind of and that was just the basic sort of things that I use as a building block, and I found a drum groove using Superior Drummer that kind of fitted that, and just looped it, kept it fairly simple. When it came to actually recording, I decided that it was going to be kind of funky, so I recorded bass tracks on both sides, panned one way and panned the other. So using my bass pedal board, which I will shoot a video about at some point fairly soon, I had on one side, I had my MXR bass envelope filter turned on to give me this kind of sound. Obviously my MXR bass compressor is on, because that otherwise the envelope filter can get a little bit out of hand and you might get clipping on the tracks. That's set fairly low, only to catch the real peaks. So most of the time when I'm fingerstyle playing and stuff, it doesn't really kick in, maybe a couple of dB of gain reduction, but it's just enough to catch the peaks, particularly when playing slap and plucking strings, and even more so when you've got the envelope filter on. And then the other effect, I had my MXR bass preamp pedal turned on because that is got the DI output that goes to the desk, and it just adds a bit of oomph and warmth to the sound. And the other one I had patched in was my bass chorus deluxe on flanger mode. So without the envelope filter, gives you that. Put the two together, and you get this kind of really funky. So it's quite a fun sound to work with. Now for the other sound, I played the same riff, but I wanted a more kind of driving tone, so I turned off the envelope filter on the chorus and instead turned on my bass overdrive. So that gave me that tone, and also turned on my carbon copy delay just to give it a bit of space. And on their own, they're both very workable sounds, but when you mesh them together, it gave me a really cool tone that I could hear in my head before I started it. I've used it a couple of times when I've been messing around with my ditto looper, but having the ability to pan one to one side and one to the other really gave me a big sort of fat bass sound where the effects weren't kind of interfering with each other, and it was just a really cool tone. So that was the bass part, and I recorded maybe 16, 24 bars of it, and then chopped it down in Sonar and used the bit that I liked the best, which was pretty much the start of it, about the first 8 bars, and looped that for the duration of the piece, which is pretty much it for the bass part. So I'll now switch across to the guitar, and you can hear what I did with that. Okay, so first up on the guitar part, I used the middle pickup on the guitar. All the guitars were played on my Sur S4, and the part that's panned the same way as the bass part with the envelope filter, I wanted to be a fairly sort of clean, clear sound, so that you've not got the two kind of wiry effects fighting with each other. So what I did for this side was I just had my Sheba drive on, my lower gain Sheba drive, and then my timeline in my effects loop. And I used the middle pickup, and so it's not too kind of gainy. Guitar volume not all the way up. It's buzzing a little bit, but it's going to in the lights, and just kind of. So that was that tone. If I turned off the Sheba drive, it's not doing a huge amount. That would give me. So it's just giving me a little bit of fatness. If anything, just rolling off some of the highs a little bit, because obviously with using a single coil pickup, it's got plenty of cuts to it. And then I turned on the Jackrabbit, this tremolo pedal. And on its own, it's not doing a huge amount. So it's just giving a little bit of tremolo. It's on the sine wave setting. The depth is only just past 9 o'clock. But put it together and with the timeline delay as well, and it gives me this. Now for the guitar on the other side, I decided to use an envelope filter, and the envelope filter on my guitar board is my 3-leaf Audio Proton. And I didn't have any overdrive effects on at all. I used just the Koji Comp compressor and the timeline on a bigger delay. And I used the bridge humbucker, which is a SSH plus, sorry. And I played essentially the same riff, just with a little bit more space, because the delay I chose was a kind of, it would be panned if it wasn't mono, but it's quite a busy delay. And it's, the way the envelope filter is set is if I don't pick, I'll turn off the delay just to show you. If I pick gently, it doesn't do very much at all. But if I pick hard, it gives it a real cut. So it was all about pick control. I rolled the guitar volume down just to about 9, turned on the delay, and then we had this. So that panned on the side with the overdriven bass sound, and then the cleaner guitar, well, the slightly overdriven but no kind of weird effects on it, and less delay panned on the other side along with the envelope filter bass, gave me the bed of my rhythm track. So I edited down the guitars as well, and then was able to loop them, and then that gave me my bed for soloing over. For the main lead sound, I switched between my 2 Sheba drives and my Sir Riot distortion pedal. I occasionally used 2 at once. I used the 2 Sheba drives towards the end, I think. For the delay setting on the timeline, I had my kind of standard reverse delay kind of sound, which just kind of gives you a bit of a kickback. It's quite a subtle effect, and it works really well with lead tones. In terms of pickup selection, I used mostly positions 2 and 4 on the guitar. I occasionally went to the bridge humbucker just for a couple of lead parts, particularly when using the Riot. I hit a harmonic at one point, I think, when I was on the bridge. But for the most part, using 2 and 4. Using the guitar volume to vary the tone, so anything from kind of that kind of tone, which was with the volume way down at about 3 or 4. So that's on the lower gain version of the Sheba Drive pedal. If I was to do the same again without changing anything else, but just changing to the blue Sheba Drive, the higher gain one, then that's kind of takes over where the other one left off. So the other one on 10, this one on 4 is pretty similar. And I can stack them if I want more drive, more sustain. So again, down on 4. Gives a kind of darker, more kind of moody tone, which I quite like. Then, as I say, if I increase the So that's all on that position, and then if I pull back to the bridge and middle pickups, it's slightly softer, it's slightly less bright, but it's essentially the same kind of tone. So if I pull the guitar volume back in that position, way down to like 3 or 4, I get an almost kind of fluty tone. And finally, when I need it, the right pedal gave me the real kind of high gain stuff. And on the bridge humbucker, I may even have stacked that with the Sheba Drive. So that was all the tones I used. In terms of note choice, I was pretty conventional. For the most part, sticking around the B minor, blues scale, and B Aeolian mode, and possibly some Dorian as well. So I like to throw in that major seventh in there, which is quite fun. Give it a bit of a sort of melodic minor feel every now and then. But I was pretty much just flying up and down using those two, using that scale, all based around B. Obviously B Dorian is A major, which works well for the A as well. So nothing out of the ordinary harmonic wise, nothing out of the ordinary technique wise really. Just a bit of improv. Hope you enjoyed what I played. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Please, if you haven't already, subscribe, like, share with whoever on whatever. Love to get more views. I'm up to just over 280 subscribers now, so my next big landmark is 300. Hopefully I'll get some more videos up fairly soon that will encourage that. And until next time, send me a message on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or whatever. My username's the same on all of those, which is just Martin Cliffe for one word. Send me a message here on YouTube or on Google+. Get in touch, say hi. Until next time, I've been Martin Cliffe. I'll see you soon. Take care.